You're live.
Okay, Bug, we're live.
Spread it out everywhere.
Hello, everyone.
Like go to your YouTube channel,
Yeah.
then put it onto Facebook and everything.
Okay. So I'm going to text Michelle. Remind her. Well, thanks again today, Bug, for watching that with me that we watched earlier. It's a big part of history, people standing up and finally
I know.
taking charge of themselves. So that's kind of cool. Kind of cool indeed. So yeah, it shows that I'm live. Huh, what do you know about that? We're watching. Hi, Bugga. Thank you, Brady.
Bugger.
And then in the audience is Ben. I'm not too sure what to do about that either. So, hey, Ben. Oh, it says I need the chat. I don't know about that. Still working out the bugs with all this. Ben, can you come here, please? Thank you. Forgive me as I transition into all of this new technology with tech advisors.
What's up?
Somehow I got rid of the chat when I tried to sign in. It had me want to sign in.
Go to the stream elements tab up there. Oh, there. Over. Wait. Oh.
He's all wrapped up in his blankie.
So I don't show anything.
So he doesn't show anything. Okay. Yeah, but I don't.
It's the
C. Gustafson or C. Daley.
Daley-Gustafson. It's not too.
Oh, it's supposed to be at.
I could just make this 10 times more easier for you.
Yeah, I would love that.
You.
Oh. What?
Maha.
I love this. My kids are getting so frustrated.
Show my shorts.
Can I just have the chat and I can just read it? I don't have to type back to it?
That's what we're doing right now.
Okay.
Because of what you just did. It's going to actually pop up on stream. So let's say someone has it all way zoomed in. They won't be able to see it, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to make it so where they'll be able to actually see the chat.
Michelle's running a little late.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because we still gotta get this filled out for you, okay? Hey, it happened to me too. See how it says stream chat.
Yep.
So see how I said hi?
Mm-hmm.
If I do this, type in chat. Okay. This is why I love the control feet.
See, my kids teach me so much every day. They do this like it's nothing.
Because I
Every day. Faster than a
The
roller
roller
coaster.
coaster.
Is he singing?
Yeah, he's singing.
But you can get whole copyright strike for that.
Just that part?
Yeah, he got copyright strike for Life is a Highway
Oh.
and just the part of Life is a Highway.
Oh, well, you just did it now.
Well, no, he's singing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, no more singing. Even though we can sing in the kitchen and in the car.
So it's going to pop up like that.
Mm-hmm.
But could you type in chat real quick? Tell me when you did it. Brady.
Yeah. I
Tell
typed in
us.
chat. I went
He
chat.
tapped in chat. So we are working out our bugs now.
See? Chat. Right there.
Where?
Chat. I can
You
make
can't
it
even
I can
see
make it
it.
so much bigger.
Dark chat. Dark
Yeah.
chat. Oh, good. Dark chat are talking.
And that's just
I know it's the box that is actually in.
is that big enough or
A little bit bigger, maybe.
this big enough?
Yeah, that's fine. So
Going to do 900 for you. Okay.
Okay.
So turns out it's not going to be at
Whoa.
it's not going to be at like that
Yeah, that's fine.
or that. How
Well,
about this? You
I
choose the
know.
height.
I know how big it was that
Okay.
one time I bug on the side here, and I can read it pretty good. This looks very small.
Yeah, because it's actual. Because
It's little.
but if we do this, you would have to enter
Oh,
your password.
okay. Yeah, which I don't. Of course. I've had to change my passwords 100 million times. I don't remember any of them. No, that's old.
Oh, so just see. It says live.
Yes. That's me.
And if I do this?
No.
Boom. I just
no,
Michelle is in.
there's Michelle. Yay. Hi, Michelle.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, hang on just a second.
It's all good. Glad you could join us. We just been live on YouTube with tech difficulties.
Oh boy,
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes. It was.
It's all good. Glad you could join us.
Oh,
Ooh.
are we live on YouTube now?
Yes, we are.
All right.
Wait, am I hearing I'm hearing like a replay? Is that what I'm hearing? So I thought we'd talk some things. I just got off a Zoo with Sasha,
Okay.
and I thought we could talk about that. This morning, I was the boys and I went to Washington D.C. Via the high wire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was kind of cool because, of course, we couldn't go down there, but we were there. We watched it all live. It was really cool. And then yesterday, I tapped into Amanda's stream when she was doing her thing. So there's so many things to talk about. To just chat it up and see what y'all guys have to say about it, because it's
Well,
important stuff.
yeah, I've been listening to Sasha's stuff. I listened to the same one you did.
Okay.
And some of the stuff that he's promoting right now, I purchased the
Oh,
Root
I got it
Wellness.
too. Yep, I have it too.
Oh my gosh. I love, love, love it.
Yeah, they're good people. They really you could feel them. It's amazing. Um,
I spent a good deal of money on the stuff.
yeah,
I got everything.
yeah. I got the big to do too, and that was like
Yeah.
last month. He had his symposium, and I got that. And then I also got a nano soma, and that
Oh,
also
okay.
helps with the um, rebalancing of your natural physicality. So all these
Yeah.
things that are coming out, and he's just promoting the crap out of it, because that's what we
Oh,
have
I
to
love it.
do. We have
Yes.
to protect our bodies. We have to detox. We have to, keep our
Rebalance the gut flora.
yeah everything. You
Right,
you
here's
name
the
it.
chat.
Right there's a chat. Okay, thank you, Ben. Thank you very much. But yeah, let's see. So yeah, he had his Gorilla Network on tonight, and I was sitting in the Zoom call, and that was kind of cool.
Love you.
Thank you, Ben. Love you. And so he was talking with people all over the world, and they're kind of like getting their two bits of what was going on in their neck of the woods from what was it from? Hold on 1 second. Hey, Ben. There's
Yeah.
this video that's playing of me in the past on the screen right now for
Yeah,
Discord
it's that
or YouTube.
that that
I can't hear you.
that's the only way that we're gonna be able to less
You're breaking up something fierce. Okay, so I'll just keep going. So,
one second. Can you hear me
um,
better?
yeah, I can.
Uh I'm going to have your stream open and I'm going to watch in the chat heavily.
Okay,
So if anyone texts, I'm going to back this person said
okay,
this.
okay.
So just close out the YouTube.
Um, I don't want to screw something up.
Do not just minimize the YouTube thing that's up.
Okay, all right, there you go.
If you need I
All right, I think I got it. All right.
okay.
So anyway, this has just been a so it was from people from all over, from Austria to Australia, of course, here in the U.S. He's in Mexico right now, and it was really interesting to hear everybody talk about what's going on and what the narrative is, and they all spoke about how some people are climbing down off the sea narrative and going on to starting to really heavy inundate it with the climate change narrative. And
Yeah.
so, because they're talking about how everybody's used to, you know, the measures that were taken for this beautiful sea, that people are used to doing this now. And so now when they bring in another agenda, um, which is still part of the same agenda, but just under a different face and name, um, that people will get used to it and will just go, okay, and they'll just comply. But what I saw in Washington today was very um, hopeful, because I know I don't see it here at all. I don't see any kind of. I see like the people with the school boards, and I see people, fighting the covers, face diapers, with their kids, and people are starting to get upset because their kids can't participate in certain activities because they haven't had the jab or do,
Hmm.
and things like that. I'm starting to see a little uprisal, but not to compare to what should be, I guess, or what it's all up to the individual soul, of course, but um, you see the still. I'm gonna fight this, fight that, but not seeing the real big picture of what's really going on, um, and just take take yourself out of that, and why keep placing your child in harm's way instead of
Right.
just keep going on with, well, if I keep standing up, it's gonna change. They don't give a shit, and
No.
I guess that's what it's hard for. That's a part of me that's like, uh, when and where and how are people going to be pushed to the level of they have to start taking accountability for their own lives, like Ben not being in school. I had to make that tough choice, and actually it wasn't that tough after a while, like, no. But I had to make that choice. I had to. There was like no debating on, if I should take it or not, or if I should do it, or if I should even put on a diaper. It was no, no.
Right.
And so that's,
How I am.
yeah. And so it's just like it. You see the levels of the different hypnotists, like of hypnosis and mass psychosis and bullying and narcissism, and the gaslighting, to the abuse, to the ones who have been abused, the ones who have gone through this narcissistic kind of ways and grew up on this shit. We see it right away, especially the ones who had to wake out of. We Our souls chose to wake out of it. We brought in something so horrific that had to jostle us to wake the fuck up and say no more. And then when anybody else comes down the pike that tries to do that, where I kiss my ass, because it's like we see from a mile away. But I guess the other ones who have chosen not to see this, see the narrative, see everything that's in play, um, we just got to keep doing what we're doing, and living the way we're living, because then other people will start to take their little blindfolds off and start saying, "Hey, what are you
I
doing
know a
over
lot of
there?"
people who walk the line, that fine line. Because, like, I'm going to throw her under the bus. She'll probably kill me, but that's okay. We love her.
Okay, good.
Lisa,
Yeah.
Lisa walks that fine, razor sharp line. Um, Something happened this week that I was so proud of Sierra, her youngest daughter. She really stood up for herself. So one of the girls, she's on the volleyball team for the school. She loves volleyball. This is their last week. She couldn't go to practice because she was exposed to someone else who was on the team who had,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
So she couldn't go to practice. She could go to school, with these people. She could go to gym class with these people, these same people
Really?
that she couldn't go to practice for. And so she messaged her coach and she's like, what the heck? This doesn't make any sense to me. I'm perfectly okay to be around them in school. I'm perfectly okay to be around them in gym class, but I can't come to practice. And he gave her the old trite, well, this is the rules and we have to follow the rules. And she goes, no, no, just no.
No. Awesome.
And
Awesome.
so apparently their last game was yesterday. And I don't know whether she went. She was saying she wasn't going to go. If I can't play, if I can't participate, I'm not going to go.
Good for her. I'm glad she took a stand.
Yeah. Of course, she talks to me all the time. So
Yes, of course.
I help a lot.
It happens. It just oozes out of us. We can't help it.
Yep.
I know.
She calls me, though.
Pardon?
I said she calls me.
Yep. Yeah.
When she's in need of guidance, she calls me.
That doesn't surprise me a bit. It doesn't surprise me a bit. I know that. Let's see what now. Oh, so it was the no to mandates. Like America. I can't remember the title of it, but it's on my Facebook. But they had Kevin Jenkins there talking. They had this one nurse who she's just on fire and she didn't care. She just f-bombed it, and I was like, you know what, this is the most awesome thing in the world because people
Right.
need to
That's the word.
hear. They need to hear
Yes.
this, and they need to see the passion. And pardon, I can't hear you, Betty.
Look who joined.
I can't. Oh, hi, Cheryl.
I forgot. I looked at the clock and I said, "Ooh."
So we're talking about today is like the defeat the mandates in DC and an American homecoming is what it was called. And so they had which is funny, the 17,000 doctors. I'm like, oh, there's a little drop, but they had doctors up there. They had Robert Kennedy Jr. They had um, they had JP JP Spears Brady. Is that his name, right?
Hmm?
The Spears, JP Spears.
It's JP Morgan. Hold on.
Okay. But he's like he's always on there talking about I will not comply. He's a
Yeah, his
comedian
name
too.
is Awaken with JP.
Yeah. Okay. So it's JP
It's
Spears.
JP Sears.
Sears. Okay. So he was there, and he was like kind of like the MC, and they were showing. There were thousands and thousands of people there, and it was great to see. And one of my friends, dear to my heart, he was there, and he had a lot to do with the planning and what was going into it, and just to support him by watching it. Um, it was very patriotic as well. And then they brought in like the firefighters and everyone who are standing up. They even brought in people who have been injured by the Jabberdew, and they were talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like it was really good to watch, to see all those people marching, to see like Richard Citizen. He's on Telegram, and he
Oh.
he goes around.
Yep.
And he cracks me up because he goes around. Have you seen COVID? Have you seen COVID? And people are like, what? No. And I'm like, me either. What's up? And he'll just go right up to you like, why are you wearing a diaper? It's just like this is ridiculous. But yeah, so he was there, and so it
Was that
that was today. It was at noon. It started down there, and they Del Bigtree was
Yes.
there, and he had the wire. Uh, it was
I
live
wife.
through them. Yeah, the high wire, and it was very good to see, and it was good to see people from
Standing
all
up.
over standing up. And he
Good.
talked about how we could do this not in an aggressive way. Of course, we do this in a passive way. We're like, no, we're just not going to participate in that, or no, we're not going to do this. No, we're not going to do that. And how to start taking that power back, to stepping more into our sovereignness, because most people don't even know what the heck that is.
Well,
And
I went to dinner the other night, and we went to Texas Roadhouse because
yeah,
that's where Justine her birthday. Walked in without a mask. Nobody said a bloody word to me.
yeah, good, good.
I have
And
been doing that though.
pardon?
I said I have been doing that. I don't care. I'm not wearing one.
Yeah. It's
It
and
depends on
then
the area too. Down here in Clarion, over half don't wear them,
yeah,
and we don't say anything at Walmart. They don't care anymore.
yeah.
I
I
don't think
remember
Clarion's really.
we used to be
They used
accosted at the
to,
door. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
right?
Where's this? Where's
So they
that?
gave that up.
There is the beautiful Wegmans up here. Never did that, and so that's one thing, and I appreciate that. But yeah, we're talking about how the C COVID is C
Yeah.
is they're talking about how it's probably going to peter out February to like March or April, and then what they're working on now is the climate change, and so they're kind of petering out with that, and then working its way back in, and then it's going to shift narratives and things like that. So
It was about ready to peter out, and they pushed it through for like one more go round.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Last year, I was like, it's gonna be over. I was telling people, I'm like, I'm telling you, and then boom, it didn't. Timeline didn't go through. I was like, man,
yeah.
we
They're
were
they're
so
definitely
close. We were so close.
definitely they're working on something. But in Austria, like when the guy was talking tonight, he goes, "You wouldn't even tell that they're even petering that out because they're going to bring it on top of it." And so there's places that are choosing not to do that, like over in Great Britain, they're lightening the news, but I don't trust that worth crap because you just feel it out there that they're working on something else because
They're
they
doing a
see that
last push effort to keep control and to keep us down.
and
It's gonna happen.
they weren't they weren't thinking that we would be doing what we're doing, and they thought
Pushing back.
more people will be complying. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, last night I was at a relative's house, and they had on the wall their test test kits that they ordered, and they got up and like basically almost yelling at my mom, "Why didn't you get yours?" And she's like, "Well, I don't." And she's getting all flustered. I said, so I just Brady starts. He said something. I said, just leave the room." And I said, "This is the
Do you want
battle
me to
she has
recount
to
what
do."
I said?
I said,
I
"This."
remember.
You. What did you say?
I went, hey, fancy colleges.
Yeah. So I said, now we're not gonna. I go, we're at different levels of consciousness, and we can't mock people, and because that's not gonna help them wake up by
No,
basically
that's gonna
saying
get them.
you're stupid, you're an idiot. How do you not believe this? Blah, blah, blah. So it was just like go in the other room. I go. My mom had to speak for herself, and we couldn't come to the rescue. We could come
Mm-hmm.
in with our narrative and with what we know what's going on. I go, and that's what we have to do is just keep being us, keep being the role models, keep being the
Mm-hmm.
sovereign ones, and every minute of the day, which they talked about today too, just freaking step into it and start actually doing the actions. And that's what this
Yeah.
whole
You want that
choosing.
timeline? Step into it and start doing it, and then
Yeah,
you'll have it.
stop
Mm-hmm.
flapping your gums about it and actually do it. And you know, where, especially now, the energy is showing us where those spots in us that we're still operating. I know with this whole thing is abandonment, loss, codependency, big, huge, major wounds that are playing over and over and over again in everybody's reality. Everybody's, because we've been so steeped in this for so long. And
the fear just was suffocating to begin with, and people are there's still some that are still in that fear thing.
That's
too.
what they're counting on. Is this? That's what that was the narrative for so long, that you sit next to somebody and you might die because they might be, going to give you some kind of death disease. But
it was okay to sit at supper table with them.
see, this is exactly where the narrative, in its beautiful form, actually was waking us. It was waking people up that were like, doesn't make sense, and actually start thinking for themselves, researching and diving deep down into huge rabbit holes. But that's what was needed
Some do, some still
see
just
it.
don't want to see it. Some just
And
don't
that's
want to see it
okay.
right now.
And that's
Yeah,
okay.
you just
Just
leave
like,
them in it. You can't argue with them.
no, because it's you're wasting your energy with that.
Yeah.
So it's more like, just be you, and they're gonna go, how are you not participating in how
Well,
we're gonna, and
you're
now,
not dead yet.
yeah, and it's
You should have died a long time ago.
it's just, what the hell. And then the day before yesterday was, we all bet on wine and we all went to Glastonbury, England, next to the beautiful Tor, and we all sat there in an apple orchard, and it was, gazillion years old, where the beautiful people of that area go and still bless that area, and tend to the apple orchard, and the apple orchard is older than all of us, and it was focusing on our hearts, focusing on that love of all, feeling the energy as it's coming in, and being open to receiving the energy that's coming in, and allowing that to permeate through us and down into Mother Earth. And
That way we can push the rest of the fear and the codependent and all that out of the way. If we've got enough of us with open hearts, you know what I mean?
Well, it's not even push it out of the way. It's more or less love it, because that's all it's been. It's all these programs that were instilled in us that aren't us, and
True.
because the old spirituality part was get rid of it, push it away, and so that's where we got to start looking at what we say and what we do, because our words are magic, and as we're finding, I they put this dark magic, this black magic, into the narrative, and so people started doing this. And so that's where we go, okay, we're magical beings. What are we going to put into our reality? And so we are sovereign beings who are functioning in this world that out there is still chaotic. But how can we be the calm, peaceful, loving, forgiving ones, and the compassion, and the um, just the understanding of all this, and how we can integrate that into our lives? Because the other day, a thing
Right,
just
and I think we're
triggered.
going to be a good example too. If we're calm and stuff, that maybe we'll, because we're all one too. So
Yeah.
our calmness and our love will start affecting outward.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
It oozes out of us, and we
Right.
are
So
just
instead of
that.
pushing them aside, it pretty much just like kind of dissolved them.
Because I know
We
that
transmute it for them.
um, abandonment came up for me the other day, and it was really really big. It was really really heavy. It was just that you're all alone. To nobody's supporting you. You know, things that you pick it out of the air. Those thought forms that are hanging over there, and then the wounds that are coming up are matching those thought forms that are up there. And I had to sit there with all of it and feel it all. And I said, okay, it's asking me to feel this abandonment that I felt a long time ago. And I had to sit with it. And I had to love myself in that moment and say, okay, I'm open for you to cry. I'm open for you to cry. I'm open for you to feel it. Not get rid of it, but to really feel it, because there's so many
Mhm.
times that I pushed it away, or that I try to fill that loss and abandonment with something else or someone else. Um, that just to be in that emptiness, and that to receive something that was uneasy, was difficult
Mhm.
to see. Um,
No, that's the right way to do it. You're not covering it up, you're not pushing it down. You're feeling it, you're loving it back, and then you're flowing with it and just letting it go. You're not like staying in it and just wallowing
yeah,
in it either.
right.
So you
It's
did that like perfect. I've been
and
working on that a lot lately too.
because it's there'll be little things that pop out, and you know, yesterday I was very uncomfortable with how one person was behaving, and I had to see, okay, what's mine here? What's mine here? What mine is here is, how do I present myself? How um, my boundaries are being crossed, and what are my options at this time? And so I had to look at that, and I had to say, well, no. And then my choices are, I can stay and just sit in this and have it keep happening, or I can get up and go. And so I said, okay, boys, it's time to go. Um, because I'm like, I don't have to be placed in that position again of uncomfortability, of
People
abusive
pleasing.
ways, and just
Thing.
stay
Mhm.
there to save face, or to just be there, just to be there, because it was a
Worried about
celebration.
what
It was a
others
birthday
think
party.
of you and all that stuff. It's got so much stuff.
Yeah, and
You know what I
so
mean?
the abuse.
So much codependent little things too.
Yeah,
I can see them all. Oh,
it is. It's
so
just it's bringing them
you
all
did
out.
wonderful. Did you
It's
congratulate yourself when the way
oh,
you did wonderful?
I hugged myself. I said,
Good job.
I said, we're really, because I didn't say get the fuck off me, or I was just like, no, stop, and then easily just said, okay, boys, it's time to go. And that's what it's about. It's about
Yeah.
respecting yourself, but and to see what's everything's bringing up for you. So watching that for the last couple days, it's just been different things that I've decided to plug into, which was Amanda, and the feeling of the heart, and oh my God, did I cry? But it was such a beautiful cry
I
that
just feel like we're doing our last push effort, like lack of a better word, the dark side or whatever is trying to push their last agenda. It's almost like us are almost pushing our through our last darkness so that we can be at the level to do you know what I'm trying to say?
yeah, I understand what you're trying to say.
I can't explain it as well. It's like it's kind of like we're going through our last little stuff. We've been doing all this work, and they like we're getting prepared for this last ditch push effort so we can stand against it almost.
That we could transmute it.
That too, because I've been besides my own, I've been like
That's
transmuting
that's
around.
that's where
So
we have
yeah.
to see.
Mhm.
There's fight and where there's allowance of all to happen and to occur, because when we fight, we're meeting it with the same energy.
Right.
And so I found that when I just say, okay, like they were down there in Washington today, um, some of them were saying, we're going to fight, and it did give me goosebumps. But when other ones would get up there and talk about unity and this and that, I went, boom, my whole entire lit up. And,
Um,
that's what it's about. That's what all of this has ever been about. Unity, love. They're trying to get us to go against this, even about us going against, the ones who've chosen differently and gone um, into ways to hurt other people. Like I to not fight back, but to see what it's all about, to have our loving energy kind of like transmute it, neutralize it, more neutralize things. Where
I'm I've noticed in this last week, I'm like, I'm a part of what's going on, but I'm almost up and above it a little bit. Like I'm observing more instead of reacting instantly. You know what I mean?
that's good. I'm glad
And
that the
it's
reaction
so
is
much.
down.
Yes, it's so much better. It's so much calmer. You know what I mean?
Now remember
Especially at work,
though,
when something goes on, I'm like watching it, and then I'm just like, okay.
now I did the observing mode too, where I was just up in observance mode, and I did put it into action, because that's what relationships are about. That's what, why we're doing where we are and all that other stuff, because we got to put
Right.
all that shit into play. What do you think,
No, no,
Michelle?
I'm saying it's almost like a sweet spot right now, which I'm kind of scared because I'm like I'm in the sweet spot. Like I'm interacting, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's like they can't get big emotional from me. They can't poke me and get me to react anymore. I'm just kind of like a little bit above it.
Okay.
So I'm just like, just stay in the sweet spot, Cheryl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, stay
You just,
neutral in this
don't let them
neutral.
bounce you back down into it. You're doing good.
Yeah, stay in neutral, and
Right.
that's usually where that sweet spot is.
Flow
0 point is the
Zero
neutral.
point. No, 0 point with flow state.
Yeah. So what about
Yeah.
you, Michelle? I know that you've been hanging out in there too. That
Oh,
neutral.
I'm totally in the neutral zone. I let things. You remember me. You
Yeah.
you remember
Oh yeah.
whenever I got on my last nerve. I don't even care anymore. Whatever. That's the attitude I have. You do you. I'll do me. I love you, and have at it.
Now, I know a lot of us are having these physical symptoms to the emotional symptoms to sometimes even old plays that are coming back into our reality,
Oh.
and and it's grooming us to be, who we came here to be, and we came here to be amazing, gifted, um, fearless, just full of love and light, and but also be of this world, to experience everything there is that this world has to give us. I know there's a lot of the starseed new age movement. They want to get the hell out of town. I go, we came here for this
Mm-hmm.
time, this because we knew we could do it. We didn't mind a challenge. We're like, yeah, bring it the frick on. We're ready for this. And I
That's what I
know,
keep saying too. People are saying like this is getting close to the end of times, or this is going to happen. There's tsunamis and blah blah blah. And I'm like, let's go, knock that tower over. Come on.
it everything, and that's like, even with the DC, they were saying, about how um, the doctors were all up there talking and stuff like that. And I said, even you, dear doctors, who are standing up saying this is bullshit, we need to have a different treatment, da da da. I said, all of that even has to go. Where they're talking. they had all the religious people up there, which was kind of cool to see all the, you know, what was that, Bray? That, when all the religions are together and they're all agreeing, oh shit, something's going down. Because really, all of them were up there like,
They never agree on anything.
yeah, and they're all agreeing. This love, we gotta find our sovereignty. I mean, they're actually speaking like that the way that God works through us, Spirit works through us, and it was really amazing to watch because they're all on the same page for once. And this is what kind of this whole bullshit's all about, is having us yet again go back to that unity word. And they did. They talked about that today. They talked about it with Sasha when I was in the Zoom call. They talked about that unity and how it doesn't matter if you got the jab or do or not, or it doesn't matter, where you went to school. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't. Nothing matters. What matters is our unity and our. We're all human. Yeah, a lot of us are. We're all from the frickin' stars. We're all these galactic hybrids, and just the unity of everybody. Yeah, the ones that had the Jabberdo, they're gonna experience some really tough times. But as us who didn't, we're the ones who gonna be there mopping up the mess, picking up the pieces. Um, we're the ones that have to say, you know what, fuck everything, the narrative, and just help each other out and be just kind and loving toward each other, because that's what we are here to do. And they're trying to tear us apart with everything, every little thing. From race, oh my God, the race stuff that they were talking about today, the pastors, it was right on point, and how they're just trying to divide everybody, and it's
Well,
it
that's
is,
the saying, divide and conquer.
yeah, and it because the ones that are you know wielding the narrative, they don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves. Where we have to
Mm-hmm.
flip the narrative and say, we love and care about everybody, and to stop, because they show, of course, through the Facebook or whatever the case may be, they're hiding behind the screen, and they're go die. I hope you go die, you anti-vaxxer, or you got this, and how dare you speak. People are just bashing the crap out of each other.
That's the keyboard. They call them something or other. Keyboard. Oh, well, anyway.
Keyboard warriors.
The keyboard. No,
That's it.
we're the warriors, because we're the ones out there speaking love and truth and stuff. But even
That's just
this
what they
whole,
call
I know, even the whole, hold the line to, um, Trump's gonna come in and save us all, and the Q drops and all this other stuff. To what's really, if that comes through, awesome. But what to happen is everybody has to be freaking accountable, and they
Yeah,
have to look it.
it's not the president's going to save you. It's everyone's going to save you.
You gotta
That
save your
government still
fucking
does what it wants
self.
to.
We
Yes.
we gotta step up and
The
say,
government,
nope,
yeah, government's not going to do it for you.
no. It's been proven right now what we're all going through, that they don't care. But it's us, up to us. It's totally up to us, and how we get our bodies detoxed and back to, because we're being bombarded all the time. So we gotta take charge of our bodies, take it away from the white coat people, and take it back to us and what we know and what we feel is right,
Mm-hmm.
um, to schooling our kids again, to um, to just being aligned to what we feel and is important, and how,
Go back to the old home remedies.
what does sovereign really mean? Because Sasha talks about paying coin to Caesar and all that other stuff,
Well,
which is true, and having to register our vehicles to doing this and doing that. It is one big cluster of us paying for things that should be just ours. And they want to go from the admiral law, which we're at now, to the common law. But then there's really what's going on. Where we need to go is the natural law, is God's law, is just do
that
no harm.
that's what common law is. Common law is natural law. And
No,
that's
actually,
what,
it's not. It's a
huh?
step. It's a step down. It's a step away from it, because there's still laws that the common law.
Well, common law is you don't hurt me, I don't hurt you. You don't
That's
steal from
natural
me.
law.
Well, that's what they're moving towards.
Well, I know
You
that's what
listen
they're
to
moving towards, but
you listen to Sasha talk long enough, and if I had that man's verbose, I would be out there with a bullhorn too. I just don't.
I know it's a step, because he even talked about it the other day. This a step above natural law is the common. It goes from admiral law, common law, to natural law,
Right, but
and
humanity's not ready for natural law yet.
and that's what I just said, is that we're
I don't know if
moving in
we
that
are or not.
direction. Pardon
We
me?
might not be, but we might be close to it. But the thing is the government keeps telling us we're not. We can't do things for ourselves. We can't think for ourselves. Everybody's
Well,
going to have anarchy. That's not necessarily true.
no,
No,
no, we don't need anarchy. We just need
no.
respect of others. We do. We just
No, I'm
need
saying
respect.
the government thinks without all the laws it would be anarchy, but I don't think so.
Oh,
That's
I
why they
know.
keep trying to put more and more on us.
Oh,
Oh, absolutely not. I agree with you.
yes, and I know that I even talked to a police officer, and started talking about citizens arrest, and how he goes, well, that's bullshit. I never. That's just a bullshit theory. There's no such thing. I said, but you being a police officer, of course you're going to say that we don't have the right to arrest people. He goes, well, you don't. I said, um, we have the right to stand up for ourselves, and when we see wrong action, we have a right to stand up for ourselves. He goes, well, that's what you call us. I said, so there's a whole big misconception, and it's basically a whole re-education process that has to occur. And
Uh-huh.
everyone's been so steeped in what they learned, with that tunnel vision, that where they can't see outside their blinders, and that's why there's a lot of PhDs to people that have gone very far in the college arena, who are having a real bitch of a time um, seeing anything outside of that doctrine that they were instilled in. I remember in
Yeah.
studying in school psychology and studying this stuff. I'm like, no, I said, that's not what I see. That's not what I see when I work at the home. That's not what I see. They go, well, that's not what I see. You can sit there and tell, all of these theories. I said, all those theories go out the fucking window when there's a kid that's banging their head against the wall, or when you got them so medicated that they're a zombie. I said,
Uh-huh.
all those theories that you learned, or any of the, even the
Medical
psych.
sedation. I've seen it.
Oh my gosh, it's scary. I remember sitting in the meetings saying, why are we medicating them more? Well, because they're disruptive. I said, uh, they're,
There's
the,
usually a reason behind that.
the child is, there's a problem. and nobody's
Mm-hmm.
addressing the problem, and that drove me insane. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, we have to look at the whole problem, and you guys are just going off of what the parents say, which they're full of shit, and the teachers are full of shit. They just want the dumb kid to sit in the classroom and not bother anybody and not contradict person and not be sitting there fiddling around and moving around being um,
Yeah,
a
they didn't have that in my
hindrance.
generation. They didn't have that in my generation.
No, they
Now
didn't have it
everybody's
either.
medicated.
Oh yeah, I remember they tried to get Ben on meds, and I'm like, no. Well, what do you mean no? No. They go, but they'll help him concentrate. I said, no, it won't. I go, I
No.
luckily worked in the field enough to know no. And that's what they hated. They hated me going into meetings going, no, no, we're not doing it this way. This is how it's going to be done. They hated that with a purple passion, and I was fought on every step of the way. And I was
Hey, know what's good
fought.
though? Oh, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. You're talking about the police officer and stuff. My son is been on the sheriff's department here now for a year, but he was raised by a spiritual mom, so he's a totally different police officer.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
It's funny.
It is. I know my kids, they like even Brady, he'll go into his place of work and just be who he is. And people just, you know, some people, he's irritating the shit out of their demons. He's irritating the crap
Oh.
out of them because he is the light. And then the other people
Mhm.
go, oh my God, I only want to talk to you when I come into this place.
They gravitate towards me. It's kind of like
Mhm.
gravity. It's kind of cool.
And
Yep.
there's that, and then you got Ben on like even when he goes into his little video game, his little chat rooms or whatever, him just being him is spreading that love and light and that's the innocence and the silliness and people are treating him now with all this love and respect where some of the other places it irritated the crap out of them. They couldn't handle it. They could not handle being around them at all. And that's what always
Yeah,
happened. That's where
I get
I
like
taught them not to be
90% of the
people
people.
pleasers.
Yeah, I get like about 90% of the people that will gravitate towards me. And they'll be like that 10% or that one person in the crowd can't stand me. It's like I just for no because I must be shining a light in their demons. I don't know, but ooh,
Well, we see,
yeah.
they know we see them. It is very hard
Mhm.
for that when we
I'm
see who
I,
they
I
are.
I'm a very much a mirror too. So if I if you talk to me, they'll like see their reflect. Oh, they don't like it.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
no, it's very
They don't like
difficult.
that mirror reflection.
Yeah, it's very difficult because I can turn into that mirror too, and then I can be the crazy, the empath, empath, and they're just like, "Ah!" But it's you bring the truth, you bring that boom, and then
Mhm.
you tell it like it is, and we've
Mhm.
been through enough, all of us on here, to stand up for ourselves and just say no, we're not going to participate in that, or no, this is not how you're going to treat me. I understand that it's all about you. This is your projection of you. We understand that,
Mhm.
and it is. It's very interesting to watch it all go
My first
through.
month, my first month back at Walmart, I had my lead right above me, the manager, and the one above her are like buddies, and I call them the mean girls. They don't like anybody. Boy, they
Yeah.
pulled me in the back and told me how much of a terrible employee I was. Had a whole list of how I was disrespectful, blah blah blah. All I've ever said to them is okay, and gone and done the work.
Yep.
So man, they did not like me in that room, even though they were 2 against 1. They haven't liked me ever since.
Yeah. They're
I mean,
trying to run you
I
out of
didn't
town.
argue nothing, but I
That's when
told
you
them
just kiss them. Just mwah.
Yeah.
no. I don't think I would
It
get.
kills them.
Wait,
So funny.
Ben actually does that. He goes up and hugs people, and he'll just go and diffuse it, and they'll go, "Ah!" And they get so mad, and then you just watch
It's
him go,
so funny.
no, and they kind
They would
of.
have, their heads would have popped off at work if I did that. Come on.
But that's the fun part. Put
Well,
them
see,
back on with
fired.
Julie
honey, you actually act
I
when you
can't.
do it, Ben. You're more in a safety container than she would be, because you
Yeah, I'd
know
get
the
fired.
person that he does love you, and
No,
that when
no.
you do
Sometimes
that,
I do people. I
well,
go up to them and hug them. It's like
you do.
stop. They're
But
like,
yeah, but you mostly know them.
yeah, true.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
you
a
can't
little
do that to
different.
your boss. It doesn't work out very good.
I did. Oh
I
my god, I
did
I
you?
did it a couple times. I was working for the Senate, and I remember going up and just hugging the shit out of people, and it would irritate the shit out of them, but it would also neutralize the situation to where.
Mhm.
But then there was other time, like I could work there long. I really could, because I can't lie, and that's what they wanted me to do, and
Oh no, I can't.
I can't lie. And I said, I can't do this. I go, if he's going to ask me point blank about something, and I can't lie about it. Well, you don't have to worry. I said, I don't care. I can't lie to him. First of all, he's my friend. I'm not going to lie to him because it saves face. And I did. I let go because I lied to him. I wasn't going to lie to him. And I said, I'm not going to do it.
Mhm.
I don't care what you say. And then I even told him afterwards, I go, you know what? This is the best thing that ever happened to me. And he goes, what? I said, it showed me to stand in my convictions. It showed me to stand up for for what I believe in and for the honor of him. And I'm not going to go back on that. I go, I am done people pleasing. And people pleaser, Chris, that would have been a different story. But,
Mhm.
it was, I'm like, no. And I said, I don't care. I don't care if I lose my job. I will not lie to protect your ass or to shield somebody from knowing, something else, or I can't do it. It's like it hurts me physically because I remember doing it as a kid. Oh, I'm okay, or it was more about me. Like, I always thought, well, everybody else is telling me out there that that's what's going on, but I felt something totally different. And so I thought, oh my God, I must be awful for thinking this or feeling this, or the codependent stuff. So it was always that feeling um, of lying. It was like this, well, you're full of shit because I feel that something isn't right here, and
Mhm.
you're telling me that everything's fine and it's not. And then when I call you
I
out
think
on
it's,
it, boom.
I think it's very easy for me to us also to be very codependent because we're empathic and we can feel what the person's going through or what they need. Like I know what you need. Like at work, and I'll hand you stuff before you ask for it, and they
Yeah,
just kind of look at me.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I was always
Like,
able to do that
well,
too, and
I can't help it.
or I would be more willing to appease them so that I wouldn't be abandoned by them.
Right,
I
which I've
would
thank God I've gotten
always
rid of most of that.
the fear of that loss of that relationship where I would morph into what they needed me to be, and I was dying inside with that. And now I will never ever allow that ever to happen again, because that was the worst death, is not knowing me anymore. I lost little Chrissy at 4 years old. It was just, I remember, it was like three and a half, four, gone. And I felt abandoned and lost, and um, it it was horrific. And
Someone said in chat something.
I can't even see the chat.
So, I said, can we get Sonic?
Oh, Benjamin. No, we're not going to Sonic, you jackass.
Hungry.
Go fix yourself something downstairs. But yeah, Ben. So basically, it is working on all those wounds that are coming up, loving ourselves through the process, standing up for ourselves and standing in our convictions and in our sovereign power, and remembering our heart and using that, anchoring that into our minds, um, and allowing the soul to be integrated with our ego. To There's so much afoot, and there's so much going out there that is contradicting everything that we are doing and being, and learning to step into that and being that is going to be key. That's all I got to say tonight. Any last words, girls?
Just keep on being who we are.
That's all we can be. That's all we can be. And I know that I'm going to talk about, the rawness of the feelings that are coming up. I've worked on this stuff for feels like a gazillion years, but it still keeps coming up, and that's okay. And for us to say, well, we worked on this many times, before, and we should be healed from this. No, it's a constant onion layer.
Oh, yeah.
And to be gentle and loving with ourselves, and to be the authentic ones, no matter what it shows, no matter what comes up, be in that authentic moment with ourselves, and if people are around us that love and care about us, be real raw and authentic with them as well, because that's how we all grow, being truthful and open and honest. And that's why I talk about the things I talk about, hoping that maybe somebody will go, you know what, me too, I went through this too. Holy shit, I need to feel this and not be afraid to any longer. So I guess with that being said, it is 8:08 on 1/23/2022. Who knows what this next week will bring? It's always such an interesting little thing. Wow, quite the show out there, guys. But keep being who we are, keep growing, keep loving, and that's all we can do. I love you, and thanks
Well,
for
we love
joining us. Thank you.
and
Thank you.
thank you for all that you do for us.
Oh, I'm just speaking my observations and my perspective. And
But you also give others the courage to do the same.
well, thank you, my dear. And I know that in the next coming weeks, I'm going to put out something where it's a nice little container for all of us, not in a podcast here, but in a safety container where we all can just let loose and really do some deeper healing, deeper realization of who we are, really start working on our energy and the gifts that we have, and I really want to have a safety container for that. Um, so we'll talk about this on here too, just to um, get it out there. But yeah, I'm excited about what's next for us, because we are stepping into something that's going to be so magical, and we just have to create it, because it's already here. We already created it. We just have to remember how to create it again. And that's the fun of it all. It's like, holy shit, I didn't know I could do that. Yep. So it's gonna be great.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, my dear. Love you.
Love you too.
All right,
Talk to you
thanks.
guys.
Yes, talk soon. All right, bye bye.